Okay, so we usually start at the heart. We can start with the easiest chamber to identify, which is the right atrium. This blue chamber is the right atrium. Coming directly up from the right atrium, we've got our superior vena cava. Down the back of the heart, through the lungs, we can see our inferior vena cava. Okay, this first split down from the back of the heart is our azygous vein. See the azygous vein? Okay. First split up from the heart, internal mammary, both vein and artery. Okay, going into the rib cage. If we come up from the heart, for both the aorta, which is here from the top of the heart, and the vena cava, it's going to split into the brachiocephalic veins and arteries. Okay, brachiocephalic meaning to the head and the arm. So if I put a pin here, you would know that this is the brachiocephalic vein because it's splitting up to my head and also over to my arm. Okay, once I get past that rib cage, in my armpit, I have my axillary vein and artery. Okay, you can see here this splitting back deep is subclavian, going to my clavicle. Okay, subclavian, axillary. Once I pass my rib cage or my armpit, this is going to be brachial vein and artery. Okay, simple as that. I don't even artery, I can just show you on an undissected arm. Okay, going up from that, we've got our carotid artery and our jugular vein. That's all I need to know for the neck. Carotid artery, jugular vein. Okay, let's move down towards the abdomen. I can follow that azygous vein down here, and I can follow my thoracic aorta into my abdomen. Once I've passed my diaphragm, it becomes abdominal. Okay, my descending aorta is abdominal once I've passed my diaphragm. Okay, can I get some preservative spray? My first split from the top of my abdominal aorta is the celiac trunk. The celiac trunk is going to give me a three-way split to my upper abdominal organs. The three-way split goes from the liver, and it's usually the first one is the liver or hepatic. Second one is usually the stomach or gastric. Third one is usually the spleen or splenic. Okay, we can see that there's an obvious three-way split. So if I pin it here, you know that that's the celiac trunk. If I pin it into the liver, I'll try to get the pin somewhere close to the liver. If I pin it into the gastric, I'll try to get the pin into the stomach. If I pin it into the splenic, I'll try to get it into the spleen.
Where's the three of them? 1, 2, 3?
1, 2,
okay.
3. Okay.
Where's the spleen?
This is the spleen. So if I'm intact, my spleen looks like the same tissue as my liver, but it's on the front left of the abdomen. Okay, there's my spleen.
It looks like the liver, but it's the spleen underneath.
That's right. Well, it's actually positioned in this manner.
Okay, gotcha.
So you can have like the bottom on its side or whatever?
Yep, I'll usually have all of these organs moved out of the way, just like this.
That's
okay?
Beautiful.
Coming down from the celiac trunk, I've got my superior mesenteric artery. Okay, my mesentery is the connective tissue between all of my intestines. Okay, I've got lots of veins and arteries in there. The two that bring that blood supply to and from the mesentery are this, the superior mesenteric, and this, the inferior mesenteric. Okay, when I see my inferior mesenteric, I know that's the beginning of my little man down here. Okay, so if this is my inferior mesenteric, these are the arms, which have been broken, but it's okay, we can still see where they were going. This is my iliolimbar artery and my iliolimbar vein. Okay, next two splits down are my man's little two pairs of legs, external iliac and internal iliac, and I can see that my internal has been cut away as well. Internal is always going to be deeper and go deeper immediately. External iliac, as soon as we pass this joint or my os coxa, it becomes the femoral vein and artery, and down from my knee joint I've got my great saphenous vein. The only thing that we passed by were my renal and gonadal. So in between my superior and inferior mesenteric, I've got two sets of arms here. One's going directly to the kidneys, that's renal. One's going directly to the ovaries, because this is a female cat. This is what my ovary looks like, and this is what my uterus looks like. This is my gonadal artery, okay? More specifically, it's my ovarian artery. Whether I'm talking about boy or girl cat, it's gonadal. If it's a girl, then it's ovarian. If it's a boy, then it would be testicular, okay? The only thing that we need to go over now, respiratory system. This is my trachea, this whole tube. Within the trachea, I've got my voice box, that's my larynx. At the top of that, I've got a flap of connective tissue that's going to cover up my trachea so that I don't get food or spit or drink or anything into my lungs. If I swallow, this flap closes. This is my epiglottis, okay? This tongue-looking flap is the epiglottis. If I were to put a pin internal to that, you would know that I was pointing at the glottis. This is the epiglottis that covers up the glottis when I swallow, okay? In a little bit deeper from that, I can see my voice box, or my larynx, okay? If the cat were going to make a sound, that flap of skin would open or close to let sound out in different noises, okay? So this will be tucked in here. If I'm asking you on the test, it'll be pulled out, and I'll have a pin through this connective tissue, that's the epiglottis, or in here would be the glottis. If I pinned it here, you know that that's the larynx, because I'm going through to the larynx.
And are there vocal cords?
That's exactly right, and it's covered by cricoid cartilage. A very thick layer of cartilage is the cricoid cartilage. Okay, I think that's it.